here.
Oh, he's done.
We did it. It's here. It's here.
The single fin.
Beer. Beer acquired. We did it. This is episode 46 of the MacPack podcast. Sponsored by Singlefin.
G'day and welcome to the MacPack podcast.
We're back.
My name's Jake McKenna and to my left this week, in order of the least amount of bottles thrown at him over the weekend, it's my little brother Joe. How are you, boy?
I'm going great, Jake. As you can see, no bottles thrown at my face, and I'm doing great.
it's good to know. And to my right, coming in at 6'1", as he does each and every week, it's the baby brother of the pack, who we call Junior Boy. Junior Boy, how are you?
I was sliced and diced last night at Metros, and to be quite honest, I'm not over it.
Caught a little bottle on your cheek.
I want to find the guy or girl who did it.
Very. Boys, we've got a whole heap of stuff to chat about in this week's episode of the MacPack podcast.
As always.
Joey, we played golf yesterday while Riley was getting glassed. The beers are here.
The beers are here.
The beers that we chatted about last week, they're in the building. Joey, we're chatting about a PT session they're going to be kicking off in a matter of hours. And the Olympics are finished, so we'll wrap that shit up as well. It's a massive event. Let's get into it. Boys.
Brother boys, how are we?
Brother
We're
Mingoes.
going great. How
How
are
are
you?
we? What's been going on?
Yeah, not much. Riley.
I got glassed.
Yeah. So tell us the tale. You came out of your room this morning, and you looked a little bit worse for wear. Mum was like, "Man, you don't look great." And then on closer inspection,
She
you
says that
actually-
most mornings.
You had
though.
like not blood lines, but you had like a little bit of
a little cut.
Cuts.
cuts and bruises on underneath that bottom left.
Yeah, so we returned home. We returned to Metros.
Yep.
On the week. And of course your boy is going to be on the mosh pit. And it's a common thing.
Not in the mosh pit. He was on it.
It's a common thing because at Metros, I actually didn't get glassed. I got plasticed.
Okay, yeah.
It was a plastic cup, I think. And the way it fucking hurt, it felt like glass, but I think it was plastic. Out of nowhere. Wait, no. So, let me preface
Set the
this a bit.
scene.
Yeah, so when you're on the mosh pit and you've got a drink.
In the mosh pit, not
And you-
on.
Yeah,
In.
when you're in the mosh pit and you got a drink, like
Yep.
a vodka Red Bull in a plastic cup, and you finish it, what are you going to do with the
Yeah,
cup?
launch it.
When you say plastic cup, is it like one that you'd get like at a 17-year-old kid's
Nah,
car?
they're
It's like
Oh, you mean like
They
what
look like
glass?
hard plastic.
Yeah,
but
okay,
it's
it's
not
glass, but it looks. Yeah, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, and so the main strategy is to drop them.
Okay.
I
'Cause you're in
try
the
and
middle of the
find
mosh.
somewhere.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
like-
in
okay,
that camp.
When there's like 600 people around you, you can't really like squeeze your way out and then squeeze your way back in just
Yeah.
to put a glass. Like it's just common knowledge just to drop it.
Yeah.
And then the glassies come and pick them up whenever they can. But
That's supposed to be.
yeah. So sometimes people like to have a bit of fun with it.
Yep.
And they tend to fang them up in the air. Some people just throw them up, like just live it up. Maybe there's a little
Oh,
bit
just like chuck them straight up in the air.
a bit of liquid left in it maybe, and they just like
Yeah, you
throw
get
it
a
up in
little
the air.
splash.
Get kicked out pretty quick doing that.
Or some people like tend to like throw it across the mosh, not just up, like get a bit of a trajectory
At
on it.
someone, yeah.
But this one felt like it was coming straight fucking at me.
Yeah, right.
I was facing east on the mosh. I was surrounded by all the boys.
Yeah.
Out of
Away from the
nowhere,
ocean.
I was bumping to the beats, and then whack!
What song was that?
Got smacked in the face. Oh, I can't remember. But yeah, smacked in the face by a cup. Shit fucking hurt. And it sliced me up. And the boys...
Did it break on impact or just sort of bounce off your face?
Nah,
and
it just
bruise?
bounced on my face, hit the floor. I was looking around like, what the fuck? Like, maybe someone's like looking at me who did it. Like, you fucking dog.
It's a
but
bold,
then
bold move.
couldn't find anyone. And
So it wasn't just hoofed from like a
no,
distant...
it felt like it was like a direct... Not like it was thrown at me, but it felt like the
hard,
trajectory was like...
short-
Yeah. It was like a short, sharp chest pass. It wasn't a...
Yeah, right.
It wasn't
cheek
a lob.
pass.
Fucking
you're all
hurt,
good?
though. I'm all good, but it kind of made me look cool and got a few cool stories at it
Yeah.
today at work.
It's
so.
more the shock of getting hit.
I
out
put
of
up a photo on Instagram as well of me just looking great in the morning.
Yeah,
Spun
very
with the
tough.
It was
cut
interesting.
face.
Joe, Kanye, dropped
Not-
the album as we chatted about it last week. Did you drop the album?
No, he hasn't.
Okay.
No word.
Sick.
Maybe next week.
Well, I think I said it wasn't happening. You
I
said
said it wasn't happening.
and you said it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of these days.
That's a shame. I wonder who will be out by Friday when this one comes out.
Oh, who
Yes.
knows?
I kind of have a feeling it's going to be.
Yeah.
You said
We're
that
not
last
taking,
week.
yeah,
Yeah,
we're
but
not
like-
taking any of that.
You know. Anyway.
Anyway.
Boys, golf. We played golf yesterday.
We played golf down at Secret Harbour.
Must be nice. Boy.
yeah, we
Was
played
nice.
at Secret Harbour. You and I have played a few times.
Yep. Did you play the front nine?
Yep.
Good time?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Slow.
was, yeah.
Slow. Joe really took his time.
Yeah, I haven't played since. I think we took the day off before Australia Day. I think it was the last time I played golf.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It showed. It definitely
A bit
showed.
rusty.
Golf's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
hard. Golf's hard when you play it every weekend, let alone when you're like.
Don't play it every
Speak for
weekend.
yourself.
And it was raining.
Yeah, it
Although-
was raining. It was because we were the last ones. The good thing about Secret Harbour, if you ever want to play down at Secret Harbour, it's always fucking quiet. Like no one seems to play the beautiful course. No one's ever down there. So when we go
Tracks
down
away.
there,
Especially because we go in the afternoon.
yeah,
It's
we
a
were
bit
the only
more-
people. We were the only people there. Like we started and played a full 9. No one else was.
No one was in front of us. No one was behind us.
No, we were,
Yeah.
that was it.
Which is good because, you know,
Course to yourself. You can be as shit as you want.
yeah, you can take as long as you need.
Yeah.
It's such an awkward sport because if you've never
That's the
played before,
worst.
you play and like usually when you don't play a lot, you're slow, and then people who play a lot they creep up behind you.
But it
And then
also
you have
comes.
to wait for them.
Yeah, it also comes down to it's like you are playing quick, but you're also playing twice as many shots as anyone that's like half.
Yeah,
decent.
exactly. Yeah.
Realistically, it should take 5 shots. So take an extra 30 seconds per shot, and you'll speed up. But we're in the bush. We're looking for balls,
Yeah.
especially when you're hitting them. We're looking for a lot of balls yesterday.
Well, that's the thing about Secret Harbour. Well, firstly, there was. I don't want to blame the weather, but
Do you reckon it's just
Yeah.
Secret Harbour? Do you reckon this is every golf course?
a lot of people that play a fair bit of golf. Michael Craggs,
Yep.
first guest on the MacPack podcast.
Correct.
He texted me yesterday and goes like, "How you go?" And I was like, "Yeah, good. Lost a lot of pills, but we got through." And he goes, "Yeah, like it's a fucking tough track," and he's bang on, and he's good at golf. So
Yeah.
if he's struggling, like it's a pretty tough little course.
Tell us the theory, Joe.
well, one thing that's hard about golf. So you hit the ball and then it's hard to find, right?
Yeah.
You think it would stand out, a little ball,
Little white ball.
open field,
Mhm.
not hard to find.
Yeah.
Although there's a lot of bushes around,
There are.
pretty thick,
Yeah,
like shrubs.
Yeah.
Even in places where like obviously there's like trees and stuff, that's to be expected. But even in places where like
They shouldn't be.
just like slightly off to the left of the course, there would be like these little. I don't even know how to
yeah.
describe
The
them,
actual
like
tree, like there's
little,
like,
like,
big grass
trees. Yeah.
Oh.
That just the trees don't grow up. They grow up and out and across and sort of like
Just a little
in
trap.
cover. Yeah, they want you to lose the ball.
Yeah.
They've
And there's
got
there's a water feature as well, so you got to shoot it over the pond as well. I reckon there'd almost be like next to no water in that anymore. It would
It's
almost
just golf
be
balls,
it's just
yeah.
almost all golf balls.
It hits
underneath
the top and it bounces off another. Or like you hit it into the water, and there's so many that if one extra golf ball goes in, another golf ball will just shoot out the side.
It's not that far off.
But that's where they're making their money.
Yeah,
the
that's what
golf
we were
ball
saying.
sales.
As Joe like hit his 14th ball into the bush on the second hole, we're like, this is it. This is how they make their coin back.
Yeah, must
But
be.
how many balls would be like if you cut down all the grass and shit? You'd find so many
Oh, so
balls
many.
just perched up in there.
Payday for them.
Yeah, 100%.
But also-
Speaking of payday,
Here we go. The Finnies are back.
They're back.
The
so,
Super Fins are here.
Yeah, for the audio listeners, I've just raised a beer.
Raise the glass. Cheers. Cheers me, Jake. Cheers me.
Congratulations.
Here we go. Do it. Oh,
Oh,
on the mic. On the micage. Bang.
Oh,
there
very
you
nice.
go.
A very
For all your audio
ra-
listeners.
radio
That's not a
etiquette.
sound effect. That's real life.
Radio etiquette. So last week on the MacPack podcast, we discussed the fact that I'd won a beer competition, on Instagram. The prize was beer, and we waited best part of 6 weeks for
6
beers.
to 7 weeks, yeah.
And then eventually, our man,
They're
after,
here.
after numerous texts,
Back and forth.
he's hit us up. He was very remorseful.
Who was here when he got here?
We were, but
Yeah.
no knock, just
Oh.
to text.
So he literally, and we've got security
He
cameras
knew
out the
he was
We've got security cameras out the front, and he texted me as we were about to leave for golf, and he's just like, "It's just out the front, man." And I was just like,
Whoa, what is?
"Yeah," and I was like, "Oh, okay." Like he's obviously, I assumed it meant him,
He's done a drop and run.
and so I've gone to the front, and he wasn't there, but the beers were there, and so I grabbed the beers, and then I've had a look on the camera, and it's funny. We won't. I want to share it, but I don't want to put like
you
his.
know who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to put
Face.
face or his name or anything like that. He works on Channel 7.
Cannot
he
do this.
he has a good Instagram.
He's
account.
on TV.
It's
He's on
very
TV
funny.
a fair bit.
Yeah, you'd know him if I said who it was. They'd be like, "Oh, I didn't know he was doing beer competitions." And to be honest, he's not really doing them. He's just sort of.
He's not great at him either.
Nah, but props to him for bringing the beers. It's a long way to drive. I think he lives in the city, so fair way to come all the way to Canning Vale.
20, 25 maybe.
But he was cute. He got the beers out and he put them
Good
on the
man.
thing,
Next-
and then you can see him texting me going, "Beers are out the front," and then he gets in his car and he drives off. And I was
Next,
like, "Oh."
next time he'll do it. He'll go, right, beer competition. Just comment, share your friends, follow the page. You're just not allowed to live in Canning Vale.
Yeah, exactly. All right, boys, we have a huge and exciting announcement to make.
The boys are getting jacked.
Yeah, something like that. We've decided, Joe and I have decided, Riley's pretty shredded, but Joe and I
Riley is shredded.
Joe and I have decided that commencing tomorrow, which will be the Monday, 4 days prior to the release of this episode, the 9th of August, Joe and I are commencing our first
transformation.
Yeah, we're doing an 8-week program with Body Majic.
Body Madge.
Which is a huge news
What's
for
Body
those
Majic?
playing
What's
along
Body
at home.
Majic, Jake? Tell us.
So Body Majic is run by Jared Madge.
Jared Madgda.
Old Corpus Christi boy. I think he was, he's a year older than me.
Yeah.
So quite a few of you, he is older than both of you.
Yep.
Love Island alumni as well from
Island,
2018, 2019.
2019.
Love Island alumni. Check out the, I think the old episodes are still at like 9 now.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I don't think he enjoyed being on that program, but I'm sure we'll find out in good time.
I don't think that season got highly rated either.
Hot take.
Because they didn't come back for a 2020.
So there's a lot to...
I think that might have been because of the virus.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
There is a lot to unpack. So I've got a few mates who have done it before, and I've always been like,
So what is it?
it looks tough, but I haven't done any... Since I did
exercise.
Since I did my knee in February, I have done very little amount of exercise.
Fair enough.
I've never had good...
February of 2019.
Yeah, I've never had... 2020. I've never had any good food eating habits.
No,
either.
some of the worst.
Jared asked me about that. He was just like, what do you guys, what's your diet like at the moment? Like, shit. I'll run you through the last 24 hours.
How many Mac?
KFC for dinner last night, KFC for breakfast today. I had a relatively healthy day today.
They were leftovers, by the way. Jake didn't go to KFC twice.
I've just come back from the footy. I had beers, we had sausage rolls, we had chips. And this is not by no means like a party day. This is like a normal, this is like a normal day.
It's not you've gone, oh, fuck it, I'm just going to go crazy. Like,
no.
For the last day of eating normal.
Like a good day, a good working day, I'd have like burgers and chips. I'd have like lasagna. I'd have pizza, pasta, like your parmesanas, lots of chips, lots of pizzas, lots of Italian food, lots of like deep fried Chinese.
Very nice.
So this is
You've had it good for too long.
Yeah,
All that good stuff.
So now is the time to really rip in. So it's an 8-week challenge, Joe.
Yep.
What are you most looking forward to?
Other
than it finishing.
8 weeks is 2 months. Fuck that.
2 months, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the routine will be good because like Riley and I used to go to the gym, which was good.
I still go.
Except I found it because obviously I have work, Riley doesn't have work, and ideally I like going.
Excuses early.
Yeah. This
Wow.
is the old me.
Yep.
Ideally I did like going with someone, but it's hard to find a time that worked for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
And also just like you come home from work, you're like, long day of doing math and numbers. Gee, time for a rest.
Yeah.
But having to go, it's almost like with the being vegan thing. It's like like before, if someone was like, hey, like, do you want these? Do you want a meat pie? You just feel like, yeah, I'll have it. But
Now
then
you
once
gotta
you
think
tell
about
yourself like, no, I don't eat that. Yeah. Like I never like crave that because it's like it's not like I don't want that. It's like no, I'm like not allowed to have that.
Yeah.
So there are a few rules and restrictions. So he's got meal plans that we've sort of gone through and fleshed out ourselves. There's only a handful. They're fantastic meals and they all look really good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a very, very fussy eater. A lot of those meals I have either never heard of before.
Name some.
Vegetables.
Even like a fish taco. I've never had a fish taco in my life.
That does not sound good.
Yeah, some people love fish tacos. A lot of people I work with love fish tacos.
Go down into the Mexican kitchen. Get some fish
There's
tacos.
so many. I couldn't even start. Even like enchiladas.
Enchiladas.
Like vegetable.
He was gonna have
enchiladas.
kangaroo meatballs, but they got vetoed by mother.
Yeah, Mum said no kangaroo.
Mum said no one cooks kangaroo in this house.
So they've got meal plans. So I went to the shops today with Taylor, and Taylor has helped a great deal to like cook up all the food preparation. So we've got some nice chicken. We've got some. I was cutting broccoli. I've never cut broccoli. I've never really eaten broccoli in my life. Was cutting that shit up. Was cutting carrots up today. It was fucking hell for leather in the kitchen.
Carrots. I thought this was just a fictional thing that Bugs Bunny eats.
So there's obviously the meal plans. We're training with him Monday to Thursday.
And what are the trainings?
Pretty intense by the sounds of things.
Yeah,
He's like,
so
they start slow, but you're gonna hate life after like the first week's gonna really test you.
Did he say that?
Especially if you haven't done. And Ben, I text Ben. He goes, "You're 100% gonna vomit during the first week. Like it's inevitable. So can't wait for that.
That's calories out.
That's so good.
Yeah, exactly. There's also we've got meal plans, we've got like the trainings, and there's a no drink policy. You know,
I think that's what Jake will struggle
That's
with
the most
So is this the last
terrifying.
dance? Is this the
Yeah,
last
so
beer?
this like while that bloke has just bought a carton of beers, and we thank him greatly. We will not be.
Could have been waiting another 8 weeks.
Yeah, we'll get through like a 6-pack before we start. But as of tomorrow,
Wait, what?
so we're allowed two.
2 days.
Yeah, we're allowed 2 sessions.
And have you picked your
throughout
sessions?
the 8 weeks? Now the AFL Grand Final is occurring during.
So you're allowed to drink on 2 occasions.
Okay.
In the 8 weeks, you got 2 days where you can have a beer.
Jake's picking tomorrow and Tuesday.
We're going hard early. No, I've penciled in the AFL Grand Final.
Yeah.
And I have no idea when that secondary wild card will be drawn. I'm thinking it's probably going to be sooner rather than later.
When is the grand final this year? September?
28th of September is generally when it is. Last Saturday of September.
That's
That's
like
a
almost
while.
the end.
Yeah. So
You might be.
I'm going to be able to put one up before then. So maybe if I don't know, something will come up. I'm 100% sure there'll be a party or something, and I'll be like, oh god,
Or a
this
Wednesday
is
night.
it.
It's
You're
really
tolerant. Having not drunk for that. That's probably the longest time you haven't drunk since.
Straight.
Yeah, since
You
I
were
was
like 17.
yeah, 18, 19. Yeah.
Fuck.
So
So
that'll
your
be
tolerance
interesting.
might build up again. You might have like 2 beers and be like,
Whoa.
That's also part of the whole thing. Like I work as my gig, I do a lot of work for beer agencies.
Yeah. Just
So
tell
all day long, I'm going to be like looking at beer, talking about beer, showing beer, and then it's just like,
They're
yeah,
not that good. They're kind of like trash.
nah, they're good. Beers
Just-
are good.
Yeah, it's a weird. What are you gonna say? You're at.
Yeah, I just can't.
You're
I'm
at a
doing,
beer. Yeah,
I'm
you're
doing a
at-
challenge.
No, sorry, I'm 2 weeks sober.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I'm actually very excited for it, but it's definitely going to be tougher than I think
So
we're both imagining.
What are your goals? Trying to lose weight? Trying to get ripped?
we want to shred and gain.
Yeah.
Shred
and gain in
shred the
8
fat,
weeks.
shred that fat, and then put on some muscles.
8 weeks.
Mate.
Oh, fucking oath. Good luck.
I couldn't be doing less to help myself at the moment. I drink a lot. There's only been shout out to Bojana just quickly because a couple of weeks ago when we weren't this was one of the first interactions we had with Bojana. She was on our YouTube channel and she just dropped in a comment on like an early episode of the MacPack where I didn't have a beer. I was just drinking waters.
Yeah.
And she just commented, "Jake, not drinking a beer?" Question mark, question mark, question mark. And I was like, yeah.
So
And I
good.
didn't drink a beer last week on the
Go Birds.
podcast, but we're drinking tonight.
It's
and
the people that notice the little details.
yeah.
They love them.
It's it's going to be exciting. I'm pumped, but we'll be
Yeah, I
providing
think-
updates.
You guys went today and you got to do the weigh-in.
Yeah,
and
so he does like the photos and stuff. So we
Yeah.
like had our muscles measured and our stomachs measured, and
you
he like
measured your you had to tense your bio.
No,
Uh,
just arms.
it was just like length,
Length.
girth of arms,
Yeah.
girth of nipples, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, you're weird.
No, don't do that.
You started it.
Joe did a funny gag earlier.
Yeah, we won't.
Anyway.
we won't do that on it. But yeah, we're very excited. We'll be providing updates as we go. I'm keen. Do you reckon you'll get through the whole thing?
Oh yeah.
Can you drop out?
If you're a bitch.
Yeah, I don't think I will because we've got a few boys.
Unless-
A few of our mates are doing it as well, which is
Yeah,
exciting.
that's the thing. Because there's a group of us doing it, and we've spoken about it on the podcast, you can't really
Yeah,
stop.
there's too many people that know.
We're like,
now.
if
You
it's
need
just,
it.
If it's just you, you're like, you know, it's
Trainings
easy to
trainings
stick
are going to
it
be
out.
intense. So trainings are Monday all the way through to Thursday, once a day,
Yeah.
and then Saturday mornings 8 a.m.
8 a.m.
8 a.m. and it's like a big. He was like, "Yeah, man, everyone comes down."
You
It's
have
like,
to go.
I want to go. You paid the money. I want to go. I want to try to go to every single one. We'll see how long that lasts for, but I do really want to commit to go to every single one, eat everything correct, only drink
Yeah.
twice. But when I do drink, Jesus Christ, I'm going to be vomiting enough to it'll equal out.
Heck
It'll probably
yeah.
be part of the equilibrium.
Let's do it.
But yeah, the before and after photos. Imagine them come like first week of October.
Yeah,
It will
yeah.
be celebrating like 1 year of the MacPack podcast.
Yeah,
Come then.
'cause it'll be my
What's
birthday.
It's 46, so it'll be episode 53.
Will it?
Episode 53, episode 54 will be
There you
when
go.
it's finished, and that's just about. It'll be just after our 1 year
Big
Yeah.
things coming.
session. Goodness gracious me! Yeah, wish us luck. Good luck, Joey boy.
Good luck, cheeky boy.
Good luck, boys.
It should be good fun.
Guys, it's over. It's been a great 2 weeks, but the Olympics is done.
Done.
You're not wrong.
Done forever.
Went well from all reports. I only watched a handful of it.
Oh yeah, same. I watched a couple things. It is neat to see. Like we watched skateboarding.
Did you actually watch it?
BMX?
Yeah, all the weird sports.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool seeing things that like you wouldn't really even think. I watched the diving. That was pretty neat. They be spinning around up there.
I didn't really watch much. I watched the basketball. I watched a lot of the sprints.
Yeah.
Who
A
took
lot
it
of
out?
the running.
boys?
I didn't
Who
watch a
took it
single
out?
swimming race.
Who took out the Olympics?
The American basketball team.
No, what?
The
The whole thing.
Yeah,
the
they won it
basketball
all.
team.
They're
Basketball
elite.
team won.
They're all time.
They entered as their own country.
No, US won. US have won it.
US,
Fine.
China, Japan, Great Britain, Rock, RSC. What's that?
Not Iraq.
No, it's just Rock. And then Australia.
I'm not sure.
hell
Where did we
yeah.
come? 7th.
6th.
Oh, we'll take that, I think.
It's not bad.
Where's, I don't know. Question without notice. Where's the highest we've ever come? Probably that.
I don't know.
Yeah,
but
not
it is,
sure.
we don't have a high population.
Yeah.
So I think that's
per capita, is that what they say?
yeah, medals per capita.
Yeah. We're big.
Oh, Rock is Russia, I think. Oh, wait, no. Rock is the Russian Olympic Committee. How
I
did they
think-
come 5th?
I think that's a thing.
How did they
I
come
think that
fifth?
means they're Russia, isn't it?
Oh.
I think Russia got in trouble a couple of years ago for really not like. I think Russia got in trouble because they were doping and shit. And I'm not sure if I'm not sure if Russia, the country, is allowed to do it anymore. So they have like their own little
Yeah, fuck.
side
Forgot about that.
profile.
Committee.
If you haven't seen, just quickly, if you haven't seen, the movie is called. It's not Narcos. It's
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, keep chatting. I'll find the movie.
It's
So-
about the doping thing.
Yeah. So the anyway, US have won. It's Sunday night. Games have just finished. US have won the whole thing
Get on the US.
because they had the most golds. We worked out. So
Yeah.
that's
They
the
also
thing.
did have the most overall.
Bro, they racked them up. And compared to the other countries, like US 39, China 38, then third place 27.
Icarus is the movie. Sorry, Icarus is the movie.
Third place
I s-
only got 27.
Oh, so they beat third place by like 10.
Yeah, like the gap between second and third is.
Yeah.
Pumped at him.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
China came second
Yep.
by 1 medal.
Yeah.
So now my thing is, so like I just mentioned the US basketball team. They get 1 medal, so they play. I don't know if we mentioned this last week, but
Nah.
the US team play all their like qualifying games the
Yep.
same way as like the soccer's the same. I watched a bit of the
Hockey.
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah.
They play a lot of different games.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And long games.
In the table, and then they go into like a knockout round, and then they play finals, and then the winner of the final gets a medal. So realistically, they've played so many games. The teams of like 10, but I think the basketball team's like 12 deep.
yeah.
Yeah.
They got bench.
They're all playing multiple games throughout the season to get to the final, to win, and then win 1 gold medal.
Yeah.
If you're a sprinter,
Mm-hmm.
there's like what 2 heats, and then it's just like, all right,
Yeah.
now just barrel down there as fast as you can, and you win the same
You take
amount.
it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you win. Your one person wins you 1 medal, whereas the Olympic basketball team have taken 12 members.
Yeah. Plus all the there's like
So
there's
many
like 10
coaches. Yeah.
Anyone who knows anything about basketball is like, oh, you want to coach the Olympic team?
It is nuts because there's no real like in weights they do like weighted scales.
Yeah.
So that like if you're doing a hard subject versus an easy subject,
Yeah.
it gets weighted. So
And
your
Scaling.
score is worth a different amount. I feel like the basketball scores and the team's scores should be weighted out.
I
'cause
know
they're-
what you
They're a bit
mean.
harder.
But also,
And also, the basketball 2 weeks. The running 9 seconds.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's the bigger thing. Like you know when Michael Phelps like did his first one and he won like literally every single swimming race ever.
Yeah.
It's like that's like one day in the pool for him, and he's got more
It's got like
medals
4 gold medals. Yeah.
than like 300 countries.
Yeah. He's just done that in an Arvo. Like
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and
props
he's just.
to him.
I mean, yeah, like don't get me wrong, he's like insane, but it's just funny how like
Yeah. That should they
you
add
try
scaling?
like the other, not that they're not trying, but like just some events are like, oh yeah, go and
Yeah, it's worth more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like running a marathon
yeah.
and running 100 meters.
Yeah, lads. I'm sure a lot of those marathon runners are probably pretty quick. Like they could do all right in the 9.
Oh, the Olympic marathon runners are pretty pacey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon they'd do all right. in
There was
9
actually a
seconds.
thing I saw. There was a I forget what country she was from, but she came 28th in the marathon.
It's not good.
She was
Out of how many? How
yeah,
many are in the
she
fucking
just
race?
started running like a couple years ago. She was like a high school teacher. Her hobby used to be knitting, and then she picked up
Can
running.
you only have one hobby?
Knitting. That was
But
it.
yeah, she picked up running, and is now, and she's like older than like she's not like she's like in her 20s or whatever.
Yeah.
She's like 30s, 40s maybe. and she came 28th. That's like insane. She like it was the third marathon she's ever run in her life.
So she was
That
like
was the Olympic. But
beast
she
mode.
came 28th,
Yeah.
which
That's
is that
actually-
last? Because like
No.
I could come last. There's no like there's no window on coming last. It's just you could take me an hour and a half to do like
it's-
a 100-meter
how do you
sprint. I'm still
get-
coming last.
That's actually interesting that you say that, Joe, because that means that think about how many people in the entire world. There's like almost 8 billion humans alive.
Yeah.
How many of them could actually qualify for the Olympics, but they don't know?
If they
it?
tried.
If I did fucking what's that, jousting? Oh,
fencing.
fencing.
Jousting.
if I was born into fencing and I did fencing, I might have the genetic makeup to
Well,
be the
that's-
best
yeah.
fencer in the whole world.
How many things are
But I don't
there?
fucking know it because I'm sitting right here.
Because you know how well that's even like Peter Bowl, the guy who
Yeah. Perth boy, Peter Bolt.
Yeah,
Shout out
so
to Peter Bolt.
he went to
He's a
like-
big fan of the pod.
he went to like St. Norbert's.
Oh, did he?
But Mum was telling me.
Yeah.
So if there's any fact checks,
Yeah.
fucking get in Mum's DMs, not mine.
Yeah.
So he went to St. Norbert's like to do basketball.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was playing basketball, and then the track coach or whatever needed someone to do like athletics,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and then he was like, "Yeah, like we need someone to run in like our athletics team." And then
Peter Bolt
Peter
stepped
Bowl
up.
was like,
Oh, yeah.
"What do you mean like running?" And he's like run in
You know,
the
it's
team.
like a bit faster than walking,
And
but,
he was
but
like-
slower than sprinting.
and apparently he like didn't realize he wasn't aware that was like a
Nah,
like a
surely,
sport that you could do.
Surely.
Well, he knows. He definitely knows now. He came 4th overall in his little
He did
little game.
yeah 800 meters.
Yeah.
I think if Jake ran 800 meters, he would die.
Wait, what did he
Yeah,
come? What did
both
he come?
knees would blow out.
Did he come gold?
He came
No, he
fourth.
came fourth.
fourth.
Oh, okay.
He
so-
and then
Impressive effort.
yeah, that's still pretty good.
He
There
could
was
beat
his-
you around the block, I reckon.
Oh.
Shout out to Peter Bowl, the challenger. He's sitting right here. Make it happen, Peter Bowl.
his family was back home.
Yeah.
They're loving
And
it,
then
man.
Watching them all. Oh yeah. But
I
didn't-
enjoyed that they cheered. So he came 4th, and they were like absolutely going off
Oh,
because
that's cute.
man, if you came
Yeah, it was
4th,
really
I'd
Can you
be,
imagine him?
be stoked.
Can you imagine him? It like finishes and then
Everyone just leaves.
Ah,
Oh,
and then, yeah, they leave, turn the TV on.
Yeah, I don't. Also, like,
throwing shit at the
Yeah,
TV.
boo.
it was good that like the Aussie basketball team won their first ever medal,
Yeah, so
Yeah.
and it was
Australia-
like cute. They were like dapping each other out, and Paddy Mills was like happy, obviously, but like I was like, I don't know how happy I'd be. Like,
nah,
I wouldn't-
that's a big deal. That's the first time ever.
yeah, but
It's the first time. That's a huge growth of the sport.
I felt-
Imagine if Ben Simmons. So Ben Simmons, shout out to Ben
oh,
Simmons.
yeah, why was he not
Fan-
playing?
He's a fan of the show, but he's not a fan of playing basketball for Australia. So
Why didn't he play?
interesting. He just decided not to. He wants to work on his game.
You know what would be
Do you know what would be a good way to work on your game?
practice
First
game.
the best
play
of the best.
Yeah, play the fucking game. That's probably a
Best of
good
the
way
best
to
from our
play in the
entire world.
Olympics. Play against every person in the world. That's a good way to get better. You fucking idiot.
So we were talking at the top about how
There goes any chance of us getting.
yeah.
Yeah,
If you want to come sit down and explain yourself, Ben, you know who to call.
So obviously USA and China won it all. Well, USA won it all, and then China.
Obviously.
USA has got like what?
What happens if it's a draw? Hang on. What happens if it's a draw?
Yeah, do they go? That
Then-
is a
then
good
do they go to the
question.
silvers?
Do they go to the silvers?
because
They make the high jumpers high jump, and they go, "How do you do it? Work it out, boys."
I was looking.
It must go to the silvers. That must be the grading way.
Yeah, because like
Can you imagine though?
right here, Japan, the total medals they got, well, they came third, 58. But Rock, who came fifth, actually had 71 medals in total. But
So is
they had
every
5 less
team
gold.
entered in? I remember last week we talked about participation. Is every team in every race? Like, is everyone given a fair
you
crack,
have to
or is
every
like?
country. Well,
Because I haven't
actually-
seen like the Chinese basketball team, or like I haven't seen
think
any
you have to
Americans
qualify.
play ping pong or any of the sorts.
I heard, and this is another thing where like I heard it on like the bus or something. So it may not be true, but
On
apparently,
the bus.
Probably not.
apparently
When do you
one
want
year.
when do you want a bus?
Why was I on the bus? Actually? No, it was on the radio. I was driving.
Oh, I always get the radio on the bus
I was
mixed
going
up.
down- it was just- I heard it's because
It
It's
sucks.
because
Sucks when, it
I
sucks
was
when you
li-
go to get on the bus and someone just throws a radio transition.
because
At you.
I was listening to a podcast and then the podcast finished, so I was listening to Triple M, and I was driving down South Street. So I was like, why would I be on South Street hearing old men talk? It must have been the bus.
Fair enough.
But no, they were saying in some year it was like something like field hockey or something. There was
Yeah.
only one team entered.
Oh.
So like, and I might get the country wrong, but I feel like they said Zimbabwe. They literally just in like a week got 10 people, trained them up, went there, silver medal.
Fuck. That's
This is in like,
surely there's a few little loopholes that you could run. Like realistically, there'd be a few people entering these games. Like even the shooting and stuff. Surely it's not that hard. Like you could just learn
I think
pretty
America
quick.
won
Is
I
curling a thing? Oh, not this one. But yeah.
I think America, in one of the shooting events, America won like gold, silver, bronze.
That's
really?
that's
Oh,
unbelievable.
no, that's not.
That speaks volumes. It
Um,
speaks volumes.
But what I was saying, so obviously America, China
Yep.
killed it, but they both have very high populations. So it's like when we sent our best, that's our best out of 1 out of 25 million or whatever.
Yeah.
In America,
the 6 people that know how to play.
You're the best out of like, sorry, in China, that's the best out of like 1 billion people.
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah.
the top, that's like 1/7 of the population.
Yeah.
But then you also got India, right? Like 1 billion people. India won 1 medal. And it's
Gold.
No, 1 gold medal. And it was their first gold medal in 13 years.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
So what
It's
do they
because
do?
cricket's not in the Olympics.
the
If cricket's
Olympics,
were in the Olympics, they'd fucking dominate. And like, I don't know. Yeah. We had the oldest person ever win. I think we had the oldest and the youngest ever win. That might not be true. The young guy who won skating. He was only 18. I think there's been younger people
Yeah, I
who
think
won.
I could be wrong, but I think a 13-year-old girl won the skateboarding.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that. Like you don't.
This year,
Yeah, the first.
I
year
don't
of
think there's any
skateboarding.
age discrimination on who can enter the Olympics.
13. He's young.
Can you imagine what a beast she'll be when
Imagine
she's
heading back to
18?
Imagine heading back to year 8, and it's just like, well, your math scores are a bit shit, and she's just like, yeah, but I've got. Have you
she's-
seen the
she's-
shit hanging off my neck,
She's
Dal?
just like grinding, like with her skateboard, like around the classroom.
Sit down, Samantha. The kid who won the skating for Australia,
Well, he was fucked.
yeah, he had quite an interview. If you
I
if
saw
you
it, I
have
did see
time
it.
to watch the interview, go and have a look. That's a man who knows how to vibe out.
Aussie. Yeah. That's an inside joke.
There was also, I think we had the oldest woman ever to win a medal. She was like 60.
What the fuck?
68, I thought.
Yeah, she's an
What's she
old.
playing?
She's a battle axe. 66. Mary Hannah. She's the oldest athlete to compete at the Tokyo Olympic Games.
What's she playing? Rummy.
And the oldest
She's
per-
represented Australia 5 times previously, and she was doing the horse racing thing. What do they call it?
Equestrian.
Dressage.
Yeah.
Dressage. Which I thought a dressage
that
was what you put on a wound.
Dressage, isn't that when
Here
You
we
know-
go.
you
Here
know
we
you
go. Hang on. Drum roll. We might end on this. Have we got anything else to talk about? Just quickly.
It's not that funny.
Load it up,
Here we
load
go.
it up.
Drum
Here we
roll.
go,
Here we
Joe.
go.
Here we
Here we
go.
go. Isn't it?
I'm just gonna isn't dressage the thing, that special little flower you get to put on the girl's hand at ball?
That's a call.
That's a corsage.
That wasn't worth.
Yeah, why did you
uh,
hype it up
We're
so
not even.
much?
We're not drumming.
We're not drumming
We're
yet.
not drumming out. We're not drumming out.
Stick around.
Yeah, it's been a fun little Olympic session. But yeah, imagine being.
Yeah.
What is dressage? Is it just sitting on the back of a horse?
No, I
Like-
think it's a little flower. You
oh, we're going back on the well.
Uni's back, boys.
Oh, and it's bigger than ever.
Yeah, boy. Uni's back.
How did you go with your first semester results?
Yeah, we never heard you.
'Cause
You
last
just said you
night-
were locked out. You said you were locked out and you couldn't see your results. It's been months.
I don't think he talked about that on the podcast, but so you need to do some Murdoch unit.
Yeah, it's
It's like the
fucking
academic
bullshit.
integrity one you do at Curtin.
Yep.
At Curtin, you're meant to do it before you start.
Mm.
So at Murdoch, you're not allowed to see your results until you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could legit complete all 3 years of your course, then wait to the end and just be like, did I pass
on.
them?
I
Come
think
on.
you'd get a tap on the shoulder pretty early on if that was the case.
Yeah.
So have you done it now?
Yep, did it.
And how'd first sem go?
Flew through. I didn't watch any lectures.
Oh, you passed all of them.
Didn't read any readings. I just sat there in the class and did my work.
At Murdoch,
Yeah,
the whole first semester.
the whole first semester.
That is not encouraged to
That's
anyone.
what I averaged. I was getting. I think my lowest
4%.
64, like 66, 65, mid 60s. Yeah,
That's decent.
Yeah.
I'm taking
Not bad.
that.
Exactly. It is what it is. It's the
So you
grind.
didn't watch a single lecture.
Not one.
You're paying a lot of money to do.
And there's
And, like, no-
one of my mates from
Just
high
wave
school.
to someone on the.
I just don't know if the lighting. There's this girl in high school that went to my high school that I'm mates with, and she started semester 2. So
Yeah.
she's starting this semester,
Mhm.
and me and Olivia were on the phone to her before we went out last weekend, and we were trying to convince her to come.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh no!" And she started doing my
Oh,
course.
you got to study.
She was like, "No, I gotta like watch some like stuff. I'm like falling behind on uni work." I was like, "No, you're not.
It's not a thing, though.
No, you're not."
I've got to watch Back to the Future.
yeah, lectures are fucking made up.
What are you studying?
Film, screen production,
So,
Yeah.
film and
Okay.
TV.
And
So do you
you
watch,
haven't
watch,
been-
watch movies and stuff?
have you been learning a
Yeah.
lot?
That's so dope. That's so dope.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because like, yeah,
At least
I'm
you want,
64.
doing
to you want to pick something up while you're at uni.
my favorite class. Do you know what I'm doing this semester? Because last
Podcasting.
radio.
Oh,
Yeah,
Surely you just hand in this.
Radio
And it's
and-
just like,
or
yeah.
maybe a good episode.
just
fail.
I think I got to say, yeah, imagine that.
Yeah, radio and podcasting.
Lighting.
No, I'm doing drawing.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
I feel you can't learn.
Intro to documentary, and then like some other Murdoch shitty course. But
Picking up
this is-
paper around this campus.
You showing this video
Yeah.
to your podcast teacher, and then he's like, "I take that course.
yeah,
I take shitty murder."
So what's the podcast course like? Do you do anything?
he's actually his name. Oh, I forgot his name, but he's on Triple J.
No?
No, I mean not Nova.
The lecturer.
94.5.
The lecturer.
What's his
ABC Radio. Brian.
Gardner.
I don't know actually, but yeah, he's got a pretty
Brian
familiar
Taylor from Triple.
name? PT.
Yeah, you got Brian Taylor. Brian.
voice. Yeah, cool guy, and he's producing.
This is you showing him
Yeah.
in class still.
Shout out to Brian. Big fan of the podcast.
Bizarre? And then,
What did he say?
Prizzo?
Bizza. But yeah,
Like that's for like his nickname.
that's his nickname.
Oh.
Me and Biz were tight, and then
Get him on.
fuck, I was even going to talk about I was my tutes, right? Uni tutes.
Oh, yeah,
Don't
yeah.
you reckon they're a bit weird?
They are.
They're just
His
a bit like
conversation's a bit weird.
they're just a bit like strange. Like they're all just like so like not teachery. They're so like human. Like they're so like because when you go to high school, teachers are like so they're teachers. Like
Yeah.
that is their
They're
life.
caretakers first as well. They're really looking after you.
Exactly. But uni's like they're just like another person that's like
Also
probably
there.
younger than a lot of the people in the class
Yeah.
more often than not. And then just like stand up there and then if you don't listen,
They don't care.
yeah, it's like if you want to listen. If you don't, fuck off, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it's just like it is what it is. But yeah, so I was I've gotten used to that now that I've been at uni for like 6 months or whatever. So I've been getting used to it. I'm like kind of liking like there's like it's cool vibes. It's like teacher doesn't know my name.
I don't know their name or the name of the unit.
Yeah. Or what any of the lectures have been about.
or how to watch them.
Oh, yeah, it's so funny. Like no one watches the lectures, especially in my course. They're always like, "Did anyone watch the lecture this week?" And I was just like, just crickets. And they're always just like, "Yeah, fair." And then
yeah.
That was not the case at either. I went to Freo and then I went to Curtin.
Yeah, I feel like the film students are probably a bit lax. They're watching the lecture, I'd be like, man, the plot of this thing is not good.
But yeah, well, I was getting used to the weird shoots, right? But then something even crazier happened. I don't know.
Mum's just sneezed in the other room and it was one of the most vocal things I've
I
heard.
wonder if they could hear that.
She's just apologized.
Anyway, so shoots are weird, right? Shoots are weird. Let's get back on track. Shoots are weird, and I was just getting used to them. And then something even weirder has happened. I was in my like one film course this semester, intro to documentary.
Yep.
Sitting in the back of the class waiting for my uni tute to come in, and then I was vibing, just waiting patiently, and then the door swings open.
Yes.
And it's a young girl, like 30-year-old.
Young girl, 30-year-old.
Yeah, not like an elderly,
Not like an old teacher.
not an old person. And
Fair.
then, yeah, so she swings the door open, and I'm like, fair enough.
What
Mhm.
class is for film?
Introduction
Oh, yeah.
to doco. And then she walks in, I'm like, this is a regular, normal thing to be happening.
Teacher walks in, normal.
Then I notice she's holding like a rope.
That's weird. That's different.
But the rope is attached to 2 living organisms.
Uh-oh.
She's bringing in 2 canines to the course.
Why did you say that in the weirdest way possible?
This is
attached to
what
2
was
people.
happening in my brain. I was like, what?
She's got roped canines she's bringing in.
2 dogs that just walk around the class. I've got some photos on my phone of it. It's so cute. One is called fuck, I don't know. Polar bear and Percy.
That's
I
what the
think.
dogs are called.
Yeah,
Polar bear and Percy. What
Yeah.
do they look like?
One looks like a polar bear and one,
Actually,
looks like-
so one's like white.
One looks
Yeah.
like Percy.
yeah, one looks like Percy.
Who's Percy?
It was weird. And like some people had had her before. So like people were like, oh, Percy. And then like came over. Like they were just walking around the whole class. And then sometimes they're just like, they would get in a fight and they'd be like,
In the class.
yeah,
With
while we're
kids or
like
with
talking
each
about
other?
some like weird like Hispanic fucking documentary. Like the dogs are just like. It was like at one point they were like playing a game. They're like sprinting around each other. We're in a tiny class. There's like 30 of us. Literally like a tiny classroom. Like we're all like bunched
Riley
up.
up the back taking wagers on who's gonna win.
Yeah, and then I was sitting next to this guy who's obviously had her before. Like he's a third year doing this course again, and he was just like confess, and he's like, oh, I missed you, like. Nice to see you again, doggy. I was like, what the
Sounds like the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
It's one of the only classes where you'd be able to be like, sorry, teach. The dog hit my own work.
Yeah, legit.
Actually, it was your dog.
It's and I have a funny story because I was talking to one of the boys who's had her before, and he was telling me that last semester, she always brings the dogs in. Like that's
like once a semester or like
no,
always
like every single
session.
day. Except she did bring him in last week. I don't know. But yeah, like they're always there.
They died.
And then one day they were like just laying on the floor in the middle of the classroom, like one was up the back, one was in the middle, and then you know how dogs get sick, like they've
What, throwing up?
yeah, one threw up on the floor, like right next to this kid, and the teacher didn't know, and right next to this kid's like feet, and he was like, obviously he could smell it, and he's like. Apparently he was like really like, oh. Like,
Oh, you would
fucked.
if a dog vomits on
But then
your
he
foot.
didn't want to like interrupt her because she was like doing her thing. So then he just like stood up,
interrupt.
went to
Oh.
the bathroom, got like a bunch of toilet paper,
He cleaned up her dog's vomit.
and then walked back in the class. And then the vomit was gone.
The dog ate it.
The dog ate it. And then he said the guy was just like walking around, just like, what?
The teacher's like, why are you bringing so much toilet paper in?
Yeah.
The dog ate the vomit.
Yeah.
But what if...
Did anyone witness that? Where are you?
Yeah, no, I wasn't. This was in my class, but he was
Oh.
telling me, watch what will happen.
What if the kid had like allergies? Or
And
like someone just like hates dogs?
Yeah, I was thinking, I was like, yeah, like what if you're scared of dogs and the dog's just like,
Yeah, they
like,
sound like big dogs.
yeah, they are relatively big dogs.
That's so
Interesting.
odd.
My tutor, I never had like wild animals join us, but one of my tutors, can we name him? I know him.
Yeah.
I know him like.
Drop him name, shout him out.
So I went to Curtin. I did marketing and advertising at Curtin, and there was a tutor lecturer there called Steve Dix, and we called him Steve Tricks because he was a magician.
Not often that.
The dicks isn't the
Yeah.
funny bit about it.
Yeah, so he used to do magic in our shoots.
Really?
He did some riffing stuff. Like, he did some really cool stuff. He's actually available. I know I had a look because we were booking out functions for an event we were doing at work a couple years ago. And I had a look at for some entertainment. Like, we were going to get dancers or musicians. And I was like, we should get a magician. And we should get a magician. I would love to see a magician. And so I'm sifting through, like, this event page. He has his own, like, he comes and does corporate events as well.
That's so cool. Wait, is his Steve Tricks his stage name?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I guess he
If
can't-
it's not, it should be. But he has a Facebook page as well. I'm pretty sure it's Steve Tricks.
Yeah, cool.
It's cool. It's cool.
Is he good? What does he do?
Yeah, we
Is
used
he a
to,
card man?
anything. Hey, he used to do rope, like cut the rope, and then all of a sudden the rope's back together, and then he's cut it up into like lots of little pieces, and then the rope's back together. Yeah,
Very
I'm sitting there
nice.
going like, man,
He's a wizard.
I'm just trying to do marketing, but I'm getting like wowed out here. He did this other really sick one. Now this is like his, because we used to chat, because he used to do a few different
Yeah.
tutorials.
Now that you say, I remember you telling me about.
And so like the boys would chat, we'd like see each other out and about, and it's just like, oh, like how's lecture? As I had, we had Steve today. He did
Trixie.
Yeah, you did a few tricks, and it's like, oh, did you do this one? We're like, nah, I haven't seen that one yet, and it became like a bit of a thing. My favorite one he ever did was a card trick, and he was just like sifting through, like, I'll show you the card, and then pick your card, shuffle the card back up, and then like showing the card.
Yeah.
No, that's not my card. No, that's not my card. No, that's not my card. And he was just like, and just threw the cards up into the air, and they smacked the roof.
And then one stuck.
And the one that stuck on the roof was the chick's card. And I was like, how the fuck
I know how.
did that stay up there?
It was already there.
No, I don't think it
It
was.
was. Why would it not be? How often do you
I
go?
actually, I used to do a similar one.
Oh, you
Oh,
In my- In my youth.
Wait, what's your stage
In
name?
my youth. Joey Tricks. No, in my youth, I used to, actually, maybe I won't reveal the secret.
Oh.
In my youth, I used to do, like, every once in a while, and, like, you get some holidays, you get bored, I do some magic.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there was one that required some setup
Yeah.
where what I would do is I would stick the card, I'd use, like, Vaseline or something like that to
Yeah.
make the card sticky. And
We used hair wax.
Yeah, hair wax. Yeah, Riley was my magician assistant.
Yeah, I
And
was
it was
the thing
in-
that
it
made
was
it
in-
seem real.
Probably, it was in the new room, which was a room that we had built onto our house, which was called the new room for about a decade.
Yeah, it was always because it was the newest room.
The new room.
I think it was part of our house longer than Riley was born, and it was
Yeah.
still being called the new room.
Yeah, we don't call him the new kid. Yeah, and then so so we had stuck it on the outside of the new room, and then basically you do the trick and you force through
to pick the
sleight of
card.
hand, you force them to pick that card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then whatever you do, it doesn't matter. And then what you do is you throw it, and then it looks like it's stuck.
Oh,
on
no,
the
no, no.
glass.
You don't throw it. You hold it up against the thing, then you put a handkerchief over it or a towel.
Oh, is that what it did?
And then you like slap it, and then you pull the card away with the
And it's
towel.
on the other
And then
side.
I was standing
See,
behind
I'm
the
not
window,
lying. He
hiding
remembers.
behind the wall, and I had stuck it on behind whilst he was doing whilst he put the towel up. And then everyone was dumbfounded because I was nowhere to be seen.
I sure there was like hair wax on the outside of that window for ages.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
stuck there.
that's
It was
disgusting.
Jake's hair wax as well.
Yeah.
We tricked him with his own fucking material.
Taste of your own hair wax.
All right, boys. Joe wants to debut a brand new segment.
A
We
new
haven't
segment.
played a game this week. We haven't done
Do you know what we do?
Uh-oh.
Every week or every second week? Boys, we got a brand new segment! And then they never return.
They will. They were going to
They
start
will,
returning.
yeah.
We might do a poll
We've
where
just
we,
got so much content coming out. There's no need to bring back old
yeah,
stuff.
if you're listening to us, like we say this every week. We get stacks of people who download our shit. If you really like a segment, just slide into our DMs on Instagram. We'll make it a regular occurrence. Like we've got heaps of games to sift through,
People
and we've got more that we want to add that we just don't have time to do at the moment.
Mhm.
people do say we never redo segments. We've done Costa's correct twice.
Yeah,
We've done a high mark.
I think
Done
we-
high mark twice
we only did Costa's. We did Costa's correct twice, but we only put it out once.
because we edited it.
Yeah, we edited.
Didn't it make... No, it made leftovers.
No, I think
we
It
accidentally.
didn't even make
We
leftovers.
accidentally deleted
This
it.
is uncut footage that
It was in a
you guys
lefto-
don't even know exists.
It was in a leftovers file, but it got deleted.
Oh,
But
so, high mark is the only game we've done
Twice.
twice. And you guys said it was the worst game, but here we
No.
are playing it again.
we're not playing it again.
All right, yeah.
Joe's got a
This
brand
is a
new segment. Joey boy, it's called the MacPack Miracle.
That is.
The MacPack is
The MacPack Miracle.
What did we use this on previously?
The song sleuth.
For some
That's
reason.
right.
We
That's
found a more
right.
suitable.
Yeah, it's been
Good.
refurb.
A bit of
We
a
don't redo
refurbished, yeah.
segments, but we redo sound effects.
yeah. It's been a long day.
What is the MacPack Miracle?
The MacPack Miracle, it's exactly what it says on the tin. It's for miracles that happen to the MacPack.
Hell yeah.
Obviously,
They're few and far between.
yeah, obviously they're only MacPack miracles. They're not like miraculous miracles. They're not marvelous miracles.
Yeah, because
They're
that's not our last name.
that stuff. Yeah,
Idiots.
Neither's MacPack. Whenever someone's like, "Oh, what's your podcast called?" and I say like, "Oh, the MacPack podcast," like it kind of makes sense because our name's McKenna, but it's not MacKenna. It should be the MacPack.
Yeah,
podcast.
but that doesn't rhyme. You get the
should've-
muckpook. We're not New Zealanders.
yeah. You should have brought this up 46 weeks ago, really.
Who is Mac?
So essentially, MacPack miracles, miracles, but they're like
Brought to you by the MacPack.
they're on a level which is accessible to everyone. You know?
Or accessible, yeah.
It's, it's like an everyday miracle that happens to us.
Yeah, exactly. We're not walking on water. We're not turning water into wine, but miracles do happen to us.
Yeah.
And one happened. This is actually. Let me see. It was.
We'd
a
love to be
while
able to turn
ago.
beer into water, especially during this 8-week challenge. If I could drink heaps of water and then once it hits my stomach, turn it into water, that'd be all time.
This happened to me, and it's one of the most amazing things to ever happen in my life. So it was in
Really says a lot.
the 15th of October last year. So a week into us
almost
doing
a
the
birthday
podcast.
miracle for you.
Almost a birthday miracle.
This is
yeah.
first week of the podcast as well.
Yeah.
You could have brought it up
Because you
early.
do get.
Was this the first week of the podcast?
Yeah, it's the week after my birthday.
Didn't this happen recently?
No,
No.
this happened the 15th of October.
You just said that.
Mm.
So what you must be thinking, oh, what amazing, what happened to do? What amazing act of God? And it was an act of God.
Yeah.
It was indeed.
An act of magi.
So you ever have Majic noodles?
Yeah.
I do. I have them often.
Have you ever had magi noodles?
Maggi noodles.
Majic noodles.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Yeah, Maggie noodles.
Is it Maggie or is it Maggie? Let us know.
The mee goreng.
The vegan ones.
Yeah.
So I have the ones I shower with the most.
The spicy boys.
Yeah, so 2-minute noodles, spicy. So if you haven't had these before, I'll run you through it. So essentially, you get dried noodles,
Yeah.
You get a sachet, one with chili,
Yep.
one with like a sweeter something,
Yep.
and then you get like this.
It's like a soy sauce. It's like a sweet soy
Yeah, then
sauce.
you get no, but that's just the powder I'm talking about.
Oh,
Then you
okay.
get another sachet that has the soy sauce and some oil.
oil.
stuff.
Yeah, oil.
So you make this. When I like to make it, I
What
have
is that oil sauce?
You just rub it on your nipples. It does nothing for the taste.
It's a bit chafing.
It's just for the excitement level.
So when I make it, you know, they're tuna noodles. They're not that fancy, but I like to make them a bit fancy. So what I'll do is I'll do is have 2 packs of the Magis, and then
Yeah.
I'll have an array of like vegetables that we have in the house. You know, liven it up a bit.
Weird man.
I didn't see any of this on Jared's body magic.
Yeah,
Good
I
fun.
wonder where the Magi.
Yeah, there was also no chips, hot chips on there, which
Body-
broke my heart.
Oh yeah.
Body Magi. So basically, what I'll do is two packs of noodles
Yep.
in their vegetables. Oh, it's great. If you haven't tried it,
Yeah, they're elite.
Bang bang bang.
but
Come
so you
on.
must be thinking, all right, this guy said tuna noodles. What happened? What was so miraculous about this? And what happened
Nobody's
was,
thinking
so I opened it up.
Yeah.
Noodles go into the thing, and I see in the little silver sachet,
Yep.
which there's only normally one of them,
Yep.
2 sachets.
Bang.
That's twice
That's
as many.
double the flavor.
That's insane.
Double the flavor, double the fun.
And I've
Sometimes
never
you get-
seen this before.
Sometimes you get a few like ones that obviously didn't make the distribution of the flavoring, and they're just a bit. They're not as
Of the
tasty.
noodles? Yeah.
You get really tasty ones.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Some that aren't it.
But with a double pack, they're all going to be tasty ones.
Yeah.
So I'm going nuts for it. This is insane. A double pack. Then I move on to my second pack of noodles, right?
Because you're assuming once you get a double pack, somewhere along the line, someone's getting the one with 0.
There's going to be a no pack.
Yeah. Which imagine getting Maggi noodles like built into this flavor. You've worked out, I've got this flavor profile. I'm going to get the nicest Maggi noodles. We've got these sweet and sour. They're a bit spicy. They're a bit hot. You take them to work. You're ready to go. You pull them up. And because Joe in Canning Vale's got the double lot, you've got 0. So you're stuck just chewing on crunchy, flavorless
Because like you
Maggi
can't do anything.
noodles.
You have to throw them out.
You can't
Otherwise,
eat
you're gonna
them.
have really weirdly tasting because you have to mix 2 with 1. It's like
So-
not enough.
Yeah.
You may be thinking, all right, that's kind of neat. You got a double pack.
Yep.
Good for you.
Yep.
But you know what? Lightning striking isn't a miracle. But lightning striking twice
No way.
is still not really a miracle. But it could be a MacPack Miracle. And in this instance, it was.
Well, it's lightning striking 2 Maggi packets. That's
Yeah.
a fucking miracle.
Lightning doesn't strike the same Maggi packet twice.
Like the fact that it happened twice. You tell
Oh,
finish the
yeah,
story.
yeah, spoil. So basically, I'm ecstatic. I've got my double pack. This is great. So now I'm thinking, all right, I've got noodles, and I'm gonna have 2 packs of noodles,
Yeah.
3 packs of powder.
Yeah.
Living the dream. I crack open the next pack.
No.
It's another double pack.
Oh, fuck.
I was
What is a man to do with so much flavor?
I was so amazed, right? That I got another double. I questioned myself. I was like, wait.
Is this immortality?
Is this just a normal amount? And I'm just like,
Joe, come out to the kitchen. Joe's just slacking himself with the frying pan. This can't be reality. This can't be reality.
I thought maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe this is the normal thing.
Yeah.
But it's not. I think I even may have checked another packet to see if
Oh my god. You got like a double pack.
a full double pack. But yeah, it was insane. I had the noodles, so good. But yeah, you got to think about the poor soul, possibly 2 poor souls out
Who was
there.
it? Who are you?
Because that's the thing about, you win something, you lose something. In this case, I won and someone else lost.
Yeah.
So-
It's crazy that it happened not only once, not
But-
only twice,
But twice.
but back to the ones that are right next to each other, and you grabbed those 2. What are the fucking chances?
And also think about all the conveyor belts going through.
Oh yeah.
So there must have just been like a slight hiccup.
Unless it was like a
because-
hiccup of on mass
mass scale.
noodles. You know?
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe.
But maybe
So-
the machine was broken for like a week and
I went-
Jimmy forgot to check it.
I went nuts. It was I was like, what? This is crazy. I took a photo of it. We'll post the photo, guys. Don't stress. We'll post the photo.
It's just 2
We've got proof.
It's just 2 packets of seasoning. Don't come in here thinking it's gonna be something
So
too
that's
elaborate.
it. I have my 2 packs. I make up my things, cut up my veggies, put them in there,
Yep.
douse them in the flavoring. Gotta
Yeah.
say, a bit much.
All right, boys, it's time for our weekly segment, one of our favorite segments on the MacPack podcast. It's out. So everyday hero. Now, boys, there was a heap of requests that came in this week. We had plenty of nominations for the everyday hero.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, they all came in.
This will be good.
They all came in through the ballots. You know, it's a pretty long process. You might be surprised to hear. But basically, each premier will nominate, I guess, a series of champions that go into
They
the
pick their
running.
top 3 from their state, and
Which
then they send it to
all
us.
Mum
through to us.
stands by the mailbox every Tuesday and the postie comes up and goes, here that. It's similar to like the Colonel, when the Colonel did like the 7 secret herbs and spices and it like got
11.
marched up by like an armor guard.
Did
like
he?
when they did like when they do the Brownlow medal and it's in a briefcase and all the armor guards are up there. That's what happens with our everyday hero.
Does that
each
happen
week.
at the Brownlow?
Yeah.
What's it made out of?
For what?
Brown low.
What's that?
It's just a medal.
But why are they armor guards?
No, it's not for the medal. It's for the vote count.
Yeah.
It's 'cause there's a lot of money riding on that.
Yeah.
It's like the everyday hero.
Yeah.
It would be funny when we make it real big. Every week, the Sportsfed has a.
Who could it be?
Every
Who
day.
could it be? Well, coming in high this week, but definitely not the actual everyday hero, is Paddy Mills.
Paddy Mills.
Now,
Australian basketball representative.
Paddy Mills dropped 42 points last night in the
the
bronze medal game.
Yeah.
It's the first medal Australian basketball has ever seen at the Olympic Games. Andrew Gaze was calling the game. Andrew Bogut was calling the game. Andy Marr was part of the coverage. A lot of Andys going on.
Fucking hell.
Good week for Andys. But where was I going with that?
So
Paddy
Paddy Mills
boy.
played.
Yeah, so
42 games.
he dominated and it was like one of the key reasons to
He led the boys to their first medal.
to the bronze medal. Ben
Yeah.
Simmons, where were we? Funny thing with Paddy Mills.
Yeah.
So in the opening ceremony coverage, right?
Yeah.
He was the
I think this
flag
is the
bearer.
first year we had double flag bearers.
Two
Every
flag bearers.
year it's just the one flag bearer. And I
Yeah.
think Paddy Mills was the first Indigenous
Yeah.
flag bearer from Australia to do the flag bearing.
Yeah.
Huge honour. Props to him. He's probably the best athlete we have.
Go Paddy.
I think, and I might be out of touch here, but Kathy Freeman is probably one of the best, if not the best Indigenous athlete we've ever had at the Olympics,
Yeah.
followed by Paddy Mills.
Yeah.
I think
100%.
those
Possibly,
two are
Yeah, they're the leading.
all time.
Like, I couldn't name any other Australian Olympian.
Ian Thorpe.
Yeah,
But
Thorpe was
not
big. A lot of
Indigenous,
swimmers.
obviously,
A lot of
yeah.
swimmers.
Yeah, but they're like they're the lads, you know.
Yeah.
They've got like
And that dude who rode that skateboard, he's cool.
that cracked fucking American.
So the Canadian gets up there. So the equivalency to like the Bruce McAvaney for the seven coverage is in Canada doing like the coverage for Canadian TV, which I would imagine is very.
I would love to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what about these ones?
It would have been good.
Was that in a Canadian accent?
It was
Yeah.
nearly.
That's all right. I'll dub over it in post.
And he goes, so like Australia comes out and we're singing like Waltzing Matilda or whatever our national anthem is, and Paddy's out there with the other chick, and I don't know her name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We probably should have looked into that before we.
Probably should look at them a few Olympic stats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we haven't watched many. And so they're walking the flag bearing out. Or the flag, not the flag bearing. They're walking the flag
They're
out,
walking each other out.
and the Canadian person goes, "Oh, and how good is this for Australia? 2 female athletes walking out because Paddy's got like long hair."
Long dreaded hair.
Yeah, and he
Oh,
just
boy.
assumed that it was a woman.
Can't be doing
imagine,
that.
yeah,
Can't
no,
be
not
like that.
Flash. And he would have been, he's not massive. He's only like 6 foot,
Yeah.
but still, they're playing basketball. He plays basketball in Canada like multiple times during the year. Like it's part
Yeah.
of their US league.
Yeah.
Be aware of who's playing.
Yeah.
It is funny because like
So
think about-
strange.
It's not like if like Brody Grundy went out with his long hair, you'd be like, a woman football player.
Yeah, with this
that's funny.
massive
Yeah.
beard.
Yeah, I guess I think the female flag bearer from Australia might have been a touch taller than him. So maybe that
Oh,
was
maybe.
a bit more like
Maybe.
Height.
Let's
And
go
also-
back down to Cav.
Oh my
Like, have you
God.
That's a little.
spoiler alert.
Yeah.
And also maybe he looked and saw Paddy and was thinking like Patricia or something like that.
Yeah. Who knows?
Oh,
Nonetheless,
yeah, fair enough.
surely you've done more research than that.
Yeah.
Getting on to the actual everyday hero itself.
Which
It's-
we accidentally just leaked. Just
it's a footy everyday hero. It's hot off the press. Now,
Yeah.
this one, we had to put all the list of applications to the side this week because this one came in on my way back from the footy that we just attended, the Dockers game.
Yes.
Now,
Oh, was this?
no, this
oh,
isn't from the
okay.
Dockers game. This is from the Gold Coast Carlton game the
Yeah.
other night, but it only came to my attention on the way home.
Okay.
Now, just quickly, footy's coming to the O.
The Optus Stadium.
Yeah, the footy's coming to the O. You better bloody believe it.
Grand final's coming home.
The cup went. What was it? Football's coming home.
Coming home.
Yeah.
Football's coming to the O. It's coming to Optus Stadium.
Coming
Mark my words. All right, it is August 8.
Yep.
The grand final will be played at Optus Stadium. I have absolutely no doubt about it. I know
You've heard it here first.
I know Gil came out last week and was just like, "No, we're doing it at the MCG." And props to him. I think it should be played at the MCG because the MCG is the Mecca.
Mhm.
But it's got to come to the O this year. We can't have no crowds
Yeah,
at the
no
grand
crowd.
final. That would break my heart. It would break the player's heart. It would break Gil's pocket. He can't
At
afford
the end of
that.
the day, that's what they really care about.
They've already booked out. I've heard from multiple sources. They've already booked out. The AFL has booked out Joondalup Resort 4 months leading into the grand final. So I think they've got
Just
it
in
for I
case.
think they've got it for the whole of September.
They've got like a backup plan.
I think that is the plan. Like as much as he wants to say it's Melbourne.
Yeah.
Joondalup has been booked out by the AFL.
Well, there you go.
The grand
All the
final
teams to live
the
there.
grand final will be played at Optus. Mark my words.
But you've
Now,
heard it here first.
while we're on the subject of AFL,
Yeah.
we're going to award episode 46's Everyday Hero. Now, this Everyday Hero is, while it's an on-field accolade, it's an off-field act,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it goes to Jacob Townsend, and who has a speech impediment.
Okay.
Now, he has a bit of a stutter. We're going to play you a clip just to sort of demonstrate his act, and then we're going to explain why Jacob Townsend is week 46's Everyday Hero. Listen to him.
Team watching on here, 2 goals in a win. How's that for your club debut?
Yeah, obviously, the feeling pretty good at the moment. Thought I was come in and try and play my role, and we've had a tough week. Obviously, last week wasn't what we wanted to put out there. So we had a tough week on the training track. We wanted to come in here with a pretty good win, and I felt that we did that.
Just finally, how satisfying to repay Coach Stuart Dews. Been under a bit of pressure lately.
Yeah, you're right. He's been on the pump, and he sort of hasn't had much to do with our performances at all us out there. So, yeah, as I said, we had a focus of coming out here and having a win, and thank God we did that. So it was good.
Go and celebrate.
Now, so that's it. Jacob Townsend, the Gold Coast footballer who used to play for Richmond.
Yep.
Finished up the game. Had a great game. Gold Coast put on quite a display.
Yep.
Knocked off the Blues.
Yep.
And he put his hand up and he's like, "Yeah, I'll do the
speech.
post game chat with the Fox Footy coverage. Shout out to Fox Footy for providing us with the audio clip."
Thanks, guys.
So while a lot of players are looked at on field to be idols and they're
Role
models and they're acts and they're heroes in their own right,
Yeah.
I think I personally don't think Jacob Townsend, for his courage and his footballing ability, would be a massive. He's no Dusty Martin.
No.
He's no Dane Zorko. He's no like big figure type player, right?
Yeah.
But it's the little act that he does after the game where he chats and he sort of puts his stutter aside to a degree and just goes, while I'm not like a confident speaker and I've always had this stutter, I'm still going to put my hand up and like be courageous enough to speak in front of everyone. And I think that would, because I'm sure there'll be thousands of kids at home who probably have stutters or have some sort of speech impediment or any little, what would you even call them, like idiosyncrasies.
Yeah.
Yeah, there'd be a lot of people with them that would be like, I'm not going to do it because I've got this. I don't want
Yeah.
I don't want people to be talking about that.
And generally when you have a stutter, it becomes from a lack of confidence to begin with.
Yeah.
So to have somebody to idolize who's on the grand stage, who you wouldn't necessarily know. I definitely didn't know that. I've watched Jacob Townsend play
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
stacks of games of footy.
Yeah.
Had no idea of that. So I'm sure when the kids go to school tomorrow, there'll be a handful of kids, like your jocks and all that shit, who like love footy. And there'll be the kids who have stutters who also love footy and whatnot. Yeah. And now they've sort of got this guy. Jacob Townsend will have so many more fans out of this whole thing because he took a leap of faith and demonstrated that you don't necessarily have to hide behind your weaknesses. You can
Exactly. It's almost
be
like
yourself.
I get the vibes as if he's like obviously been dealing with that almost his whole life.
Yeah.
And now he's just like, fuck it. Like, I don't even care anymore. Like,
Yeah.
let's just do it.
And the actual movement itself to make yourself an idol and lead by example and be like, hey, we got this thing, but
That's what a hero is.
yeah, it's not going to hinder who we are. So Jacob Townsend for being a role model, not only on field but off field, not only with your sporting accolades, but with the way that you're willing to sort of stand up and show who you are and provide kids who might not necessarily be the most confident with someone to look up to. You are this week, episode 46's Everyday Hero. All right, boys, that brings us to the end of episode 46 of the MacPack podcast.
We've done it.
Another one.
46.
Another one.
We've done it.
Will we do that next week? Who knows?
No big milestone next week, the 47.
I don't know any footy players or any sporting players that run the number 46, so we're not going to do a...
We're getting close to our 50.
We are.
A
Look
half
at you
century.
working it out.
Half century and then a year of podcast.
Yeah, back to back. I don't know. We're definitely going to do something for it. We've got heaps of stuff. We always say we've got heaps of stuff
We've got some stuff planned, especially for the 50.
in the pipeline, and I want to get a guest on. You both know the guest that I want to get on. We're not going to drop his
Yes.
names now. We've got a short list. It's becoming a long list of people who we want to get on the podcast.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of working out the logistics and such.
Some big names coming up.
And we've got some exciting stuff that we want to do before probably the end of this year in regards to
be
potentially some little and potentially a little.
Ooh.
I don't think we should say that.
Why?
Let's just beef it.
Yeah, let's beef it.
Oh,
Let's
I
beef
like
it.
that.
I really like that.
All right.
I don't think we're not prepared enough to be saying that yet.
Subscribe to the Patreon if you want an unbeeped version of what we've just said. Boys, what was I going to say? We were going to... Oh, the March Madness video.
Yes.
We're sharing it.
We dusted it off. It's ready to go.
Yeah, it's been ready for so long. I've actually had a watch of it during
So
the
what
week.
did we filmed it in April.
Yeah,
a little
so we
bit
planned
late.
it. We planned it first week of March. It was like a big thing we'd done. Once we were in the new studio, we were like, "Oh, this will be exciting. We'll do a fucking March Madness video." We were playing like bar sports out the back,
Yeah.
and we didn't get to filming it till first week of April. It got edited before Anzac Day because I was in Mandurah. I remember when you sent it through, and I was
Yeah,
like,
I
"That
edited
looks
it.
sick," and then we just didn't touch it since. Every week it's like, "Hey, we doing it?" And
I think it's
like-
better than people were going to be expecting though.
Yeah, it made me laugh.
It's more of like it's a theatre piece rather
Ooh,
than
it
a
is.
little Barstools game.
Shout out to Edmund and Cavella who brought our attention to it once again after
Every time
about
I've gone out, they've been like, "McKenna, mate, when is the March Madness?"
yeah about 3 months. I reckon we haven't
I
spoken
think I
about
forgot
it.
about it.
Joe
Yeah.
said this
Edwin-
earlier. He said, "We talk about Kanye, like, bro, release the album.
Edwin's like, bro, release March Madness, please.
Yeah, it's fucking August.
We are Kanye."
But we have shared it at time of this coming out. It
Oh.
is out.
Holy!
I hope.
Oh my
no,
God.
I will personally share it tomorrow. I'll schedule it in right now. And
Tomorrow?
we'll get that out and about. Boys, is that it? Is that all about everything we need to chat
That's
about?
it.
I feel like there was a few things we need to catch
It's a
up
long
on.
app.
Oh, you keep getting seen out. You, Mr. Publicity. You're
Yeah.
just like Perth's biggest publicity dog.
Every time I go out.
Yeah, so many times you've come in. I got spotted at Nando's by
Maddie.
Maddie. I forgot what her name was. Yeah, I was ordering my chicken a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I walk up and I'm like putting the menu away and she said something to me and I wasn't really clocking what was going on. I was just really excited to get some peri peri chicken.
And he-
And then I've looked at Taylor because I thought she was chatting to Taylor and I was like, what's up? And she's like, "Oh, I love your podcast." And I was like, "Oh, sick." I didn't know what to do. Like, I'm not really a shy person.
yeah.
And I was just like,
Yeah, what do you say?
I was like, "Whoa." Oh.
Yeah, and I'm always like pretty drunk, and like I'm just like walking
Yeah,
through
just
Magna House
always.
or Metros last night, and then just like, "Oh, I seen your podcast on TikTok. You're so funny," and it's like, that. Thanks. Like, what do you say? Like, it's just like,
Yeah.
I'm always just like, "Yeah, bloody hell, let's
Cool,
do
man.
it."
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, no,
I
it's
love
good.
it though. It's so
Yeah,
it's so
if you do
cool.
see us in the flesh, we're more than happy.
And
Just say g'day. Like we're more scared of you than you are of us.
Oh yeah. If anyone's a bit shy to come up to me,
Yeah,
like I'm freaking out.
It's happened.
I don't want to talk to. Well, not that I don't want to talk to you, but I would get
Wait, Joe,
nervous.
tell us about
Yeah.
your experience. Of it.
Nah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, but yeah, if you do see us in the flesh, we're more than happy to say g'day. Just
We love it.
make sure that you do it respectfully, I guess.
Bloody hell.
And you took a photo with some dude.
Yeah.
Cute.
Legend.
Yeah, I like that.
Legend of the
It's
game.
because Riley just talks about a bunch of players and then goes there.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh my god, Magnet House is crazy.
And then
Oh my
just
god, I'm at
sits
Magnet
out the
House.
front Monday to Friday going, I wonder if anyone will notice me.
Yeah, because I like went to Magnet House, so I got noticed a few times, and I was like, I mean, it is Magnet House. Like, this is where our content's coming from, pretty well on TikTok. And then I was at Metros, and then people were still like, oh yeah, what's going on? I was like, this is great times.
The Mecca. I'm
Great
not
times.
going to any of those places. You have to really look. If you want to find me, I'll be at like
We should do
a
like
rogue
lawn
golf,
bowls.
a rogue
Yeah.
golf course or something like where you find like 60-year-old people. That's generally where I'll be. Or in Body Magic's gym
Yeah,
for the next 8 weeks, just grinding and burning out calories.
Hell yeah. Let's
Yeah.
wrap it up.
I think that'll do it. But yeah, if you just listen to the special, say good. Boys, it's been an absolute pleasure to sit next to you once again. Episode 46 of the
Always
MacPack podcast. We've got a few guests in the pile. We've got a few things that we're trying to work on, but we will get there.
March
Until-
Madness is coming out.
Yeah, 100%. Until we perch up this time next week, remember to stay safe, stay blessed, and always remember to
Yo, give your mama a hug.
ciao for now, but not forever.